Welcome to Automotive. Here it is, the 2026 Rolls-Royce Ghost Series 2, standing like a marble sculpture under celestial light. In this muted gray tone, the Ghost doesn't need to sparkle to stand out. It exudes quiet command. The Pantheon grille, slightly recontoured for this series to update, still stands proud, vertical lines like classical pillars, dipped in satin chrome. Above it, the spirit of ecstasy glows in dignified silence, guiding the way forward as it has for over a century. Narrow laser headlights pierce through the light in front like the focused eyes of a silent guardian, and beneath it all, the showroom floor reflects its calm authority like ripples on a still lake. This isn't flash. This isn't performance bravado. This is control, sophistication. The automotive equivalent of whispering in a room full of shouting machines. From this profile, the 2026 Ghost Series 2 reveals what Rolls-Royce does best: motion without movement. The long, flowing silhouette is uninterrupted, a sculpture in gray designed for gliding through life, not pushing against it. The shoulder line travels in a single brushstroke from front to rear, elegant, unbroken, deliberate. Rear hinge doors subtly hint at grandeur without calling for attention, while the chrome trim that outlines the windows and lower body shimmers faintly under the soft white glow of the showroom. The massive RR wheels stay true to the floating cap. Legacy always upright, always composed. It's in this view where the Ghost becomes more than a car. It becomes a moving gallery, a curated space designed to transport not just its passengers, but the very idea of modern luxury. At the rear, the Ghost doesn't say goodbye. It leaves an impression. The slim taillights are reworked for this Series 2 edition. Now more linear and modern, but still respectful of the Ghost's lineage. The body curves inward slightly before tapering out into a broad, confident stance, like the shoulders of a poised diplomat. Chrome trim around the taillights and exhaust outlets glisten with purpose, not pretense. The subtlety of the RR badging reminds us that true luxury whispers, and through the gray paint, the reflections on the marble floor make it feel like this sedan is floating between worlds, between time, between the old and the infinite new. At this angle, the Ghost leans forward just enough to suggest presence, but never arrogance. The lines become more three-dimensional. Soft curvature meets strong character lines that have been refined ever so slightly in this 2026 facelift. The laser LED beams give the impression of thought, focused, intelligent, futuristic. The spirit of ecstasy still leads the way, her silhouette catching the white showroom lights like a lighthouse scene from afar. This is the Rolls-Royce gaze, not a challenge, but an invitation. And as the wheels are turned slightly to the right, there's the suggestion of movement, not hurried, not chaotic, but inevitable, as all greatness is. The rear three-quarter view of the Ghost is perhaps its most poetic. The gray paint catches the light differently on every curve. Steel here, silver there, a shade of fog further along. The rear fenders rise with a gentle confidence, arching into the clean, smooth slope of the trunk. The taillights now wrap around just a touch more, a design nod to seamless continuity. The chrome surrounds below reflect the subtle ambience of the space, never interrupting it. Through the tinted windows, a faint golden glow from the cabin whispers of comfort and calm within. This isn't a machine that follows fashion. This is a sovereign automobile built for legacy. The rear cabin of the 2026 Ghost is where time slows down. The moment you enter, the world beyond the doors ceases to matter. You're greeted by soft white leather, stitched with gray piping so precise it could only have been sewn by hands trained. Not in factories, but ateliers. The seats cradle rather than support, with just the right pitch to erase stress. The center console offers cool-to-the-touch wood trim, brushed metal switches, and controls so refined they feel intuitive rather than functional. Overhead, the starlight headliner gently pulses like distant galaxies, as if the entire universe bends to your pace. It's not just luxury, it's therapy through design. The cockpit of the Ghost is a masterclass in tactile balance. Nothing here is excessive, yet everything is extraordinary. The steering wheel, thick and wrapped in gray leather, rests in your hands like an heirloom artifact. The digital gauge cluster pulses with clarity, every numeral, every graphic, as legible as it is elegant. Chrome-ringed air vents sit like precision instruments, while soft ambient lighting glows beneath wood inlays that feel more like sculpture than dashboard trim. The touchscreen emerges silently from the center, responding with haptic grace. This space isn't designed for command, it's built for orchestration. For those who don't need to shout to lead. From above, the Rolls-Royce Ghost appears as a meditative sculpture. The glass roof stretches across its entire form like a silent observatory, catching showroom light but letting it in gently, respectfully. Within, the stars of the headliner continue to pulse in gentle rhythm, as if the heavens themselves are reflecting below. Light and shadow interplay along the gray surface like brushstrokes in a monochrome painting. No detail is left unattended. No angle is left underwhelming. This is Rolls-Royce, not a car manufacturer, but a steward of stillness, wrapped in speed. And from this high view, you finally see the truth. The Ghost was never meant to haunt. It was always meant to elevate.